Hi and welcome. We're the Weasley Sisters. I'm Naturally Nitty, aka Jessica, and this is our 163rd episode.
And I am Melina, also known as Starnits. Today is December 10th. This is our bi-weekly podcast. I'm just going to own up to it. And if this is your first time watching us, welcome. If you're a returning watcher / listener, thank you for coming back.
Yes.
And we're sorry that it took us so long.
Yeah. It's been a busy month.
Yes, as it is.
You know. Anyway, so grab your knitting, pull up a chair, and craft along with us.
Yes.
I have no mojo.
I do. And I turned it in at the end of term. And I actually need to mail them to my friend. But they're baby mittens.
Those are cute.
So they're really cool. But I wanted to see if I could find the it's like Lion brand. Here it is. It's called Lion brand Landscapes. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So the yarn is kind of like Noro. Like they're trying to be like Noro, but like
cheaper
and not as scratchy. Like
okay.
I'm not a big Noro fan. I'm sorry. I love the colors and I love how they change, but I don't like them. It's like not even soft wool. So even the Silk Garden is not that soft.
I have some. I don't mind it.
I'm really picky about that stuff, and I don't like it. And it's a single, so it always like breaks. But this is acrylic, so being a single doesn't really mean anything because it's acrylic and it's not like wool.
Right.
And when I craft for babies and people that don't knit,
right.
So yeah, so she wanted like pink or purple. She wanted rainbow ones, but since they were a baby, so that's why I got this rainbow colored yarn, because it went from like the dark purple, like this is the color progression, and then it goes into blues and greens. And I wanted to make more stuff for her, but she already has a hat, so she didn't need a hat or anything. So I have some leftover yarn. I have a friend who's having a baby. Maybe I'll make her a hat. I don't know. But yeah, I need to send it to my friend. But that's the only mojo that I have.
Yeah, I have none. I do have a whip though.
Okay, cool.
Right here. I'm making the Mara shawl. I actually had gotten a lot further along on it, and I was using whatever the pattern called for. I think size 7s. And I mean, it felt nice and everything, but it was a little too. I wanted it more
drapey.
Drapey. I didn't want it as stiff, so I ripped it out. Actually, I think I ripped it out to like here, so I didn't have to like recast on. I don't know. And then I went up 2 needle sizes, and I'm liking this a lot more. I'm using my hand spun. That I forget what it is even. I think it's Cloud Lover fiber, and I think it's Tarji fiber. But yeah, that's it. That's all I'm working on. Just barely.
Okay. I have some works in progress too. I am still working on this stocking. I'm doing the heel, so I'm almost done. And I should be, because Christmas is coming and she already paid me for these, so I need to finish. But I'm doing the heel, and then when I pick up to do the instep, I'm going to put the year that the kid was born here, and then the toe will come out like there.
Yeah.
So, but it turned out pretty cool.
Cute.
So, yeah, I'm still working on that. And this is like sitting on the couch when I'm working on it, when we're sitting as a family. But I have like a scratch and dent. Like I had this in scratch and dent, this bag, and no one was buying it. And like the reason it was scratch and dent, I was trying to make like an open wide type of pocket, and I didn't think about sewing the top stitching because I normally do that before, but since it was going to be an open wide, I thought, oh, well, I can just do it afterwards, like my work in progress bags, and it's like kind of jacked up. So that's why it was scratch and dent.
Cute.
But no one was buying it, so then I was like, well, I'm going to use it because I need an extra large project bag. So it has those gross, I have 3 of these. I had to use acrylic, those 1-pounders in here. Are they 1-pounders? Yeah. No, they're 8 ounces. 3 inside there,
That's
shoved in there with this and the project and like all the little notions and stuff. So, and I can zip it up, but I have it open. But yeah, so I just sit there on there and carry it around. And then after I was using it, someone saw it at a show I was using it, and they're like, "Is that for sale?" And I was like, "No,
not anymore."
I know, because like I'm already using it. So, anyways, but back to what I'm working on. I'm also working on. I don't know how I get myself into these things. I have another. I just dropped something, but I don't know what it was. Commissioned knitting. For our cousin, it's mom's cousin, but I guess there are cousins too. And I'm doing the. I just printed out the pattern part. I'm doing a shawl, Bitterroot, I think it's called.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, I think that it calls for like over 400 yards of yarn, and the yarn she picked out is Fairy Tale Knits Hippogriff Pride.
Nice.
In the Gingerbread Girl colorway, and it only has 410. I think it calls for 450. So I'm knitting it, and I really, with shawls, you just kind of, I mean, I guess you can use the size they have. I think it called for like lace weight and like something else. So I'm just using, I think these are 8, and it's a fingering weight. So, I'm just going, but I think I might not have enough yarn. So it has 2 repeats done already. I'm finishing up the last row of that repeat.
Okay.
And I was reading through other people's comments in the first chart, and there's like 5 charts. So the first chart, you're supposed to do 3 repeats, and this was on Knitty, so a lot of people have made it, and some people said like they just skipped a repeat on chart A, so I'm going to skip the 3rd repeat on chart A and just go from there, because I think that from looking at all the projects on Ravelry, this is a very large shawl. Even the shawlette one that I'm doing is extremely large. Like it's like almost a full size shawl, but it's the shawlette version, and then the full size shawl is like way huge.
Okay.
So, which would make sense if it uses 450 I forget how much the full size uses of lace weight. So, anyways, but I'm really liking how it's knitting up. It looks really nice.
It's cool. It's pretty.
I'm debating if I'm going to use beads on it, because I absolutely hate beads. I think they look pretty, and I like them in knitting, but I hate doing them. I just hate them with a passion. So, yeah.
Cool.
But I do have some purple beads that I could use with it if I needed to.
But you're not, because you hate them.
But I probably won't, because it really doesn't need it with being a variegated
right.
dye.
They probably wouldn't stand out as much.
I think that it'll look just as fine without them. So I need to finish that. But that's my like carry around project, so it's on my purse at all times.
Sweet.
But that's all that I'm working on.
All right. You spinning it all?
Yes. Well, kind of. I am plying the last bit of my epic mashup.
Okay.
I'm still plying it. And I have like Lazy Kate that someone gave me. I think it was DJ Merjour, I don't know how you say her Ravelry name. But her real name's Jolene. So she's really nice, and she gave it to me. And I think that, no, I know why I don't use it, because the Kromsky bobbins, which is what I spun the Epic mashup on, and then I'm applying it onto my Ashford, the bulky flyer. The Kromsky bobbins don't fit because they have that extra little thing, so they don't fit in the Lazy Kate. So I have to put them on the Kromsky Lazy Kate, because you know how it came with one, like on it.
Yeah.
So I have to do it, but I'm applying on the Ashford, so I have both my wheels set up, and it's like craziness. But anyway, so I am applying on it, but I'm not letting myself do that, because normally I would do that at night when we're spending time as a family or whatever, because I'm knitting on the stocking. Yeah. So I'm like being really good, but I'm like about halfway plied. So
that's cool. I'm not spinning at all. Like
a 4 end ply takes forever.
It does.
But it's going to be awesome, and I hope I have enough yarn so I can knit that sweater.
Which one?
Yes. I forget the name. Okay. Oh, it's in that one book that I thought I had. Not that book. The magazine, it was like a holiday knit one. It was the gooseberry cardigan or something, and it's now the calligraphy cardigan.
Oh, I like that one.
That Fed Egg. And I know I had that holiday knits. You need to look for it, because I know I had it, and I can't find it, so I'm going to have to buy it. Either it was a holiday knits or a weekend knits. I don't know.
I think it was
can't find it, whatever. So I'm going to have to, not like it's a big deal to buy the pattern again. It just, I know once I buy it, I'm going to find the freaking magazine and be like, what the heck?
Yeah.
But, no, that's what I'm going to knit with it. I hope, if I have enough yardage. If not, I might have to rethink that a little bit.
Cool. I need to pick out some pattern for my giant mashup that I did last term, term 2 ago, whatever. The giant things of yarn I have. Either way.
What are you spinning?
Nothing. I seriously have not been doing anything. And it's been nice.
Oh,
actually,
that's nice.
I've been reading, but we'll talk about that.
I kind of miss it.
What? Crafting?
Yeah, like for fun and not for...
Oh, right. Well, that's why I'm doing this, because I'm like, I just spun this yarn, and I'm going to knit it. And I did, and I am, and I like it.
No, I mean, I miss it for crafting. Like, because a lot of the stuff I do, I'm doing for, like, shows and stuff. So it's kind of nice to...
I hear what you're saying. So yeah, so I haven't been doing much. Though, okay, so over Thanksgiving, this is kind of random / sewing / whatever.
Okay, so we're on sewing right now, people.
Yeah. So,
just so they know that we're following an actual...
So, over Thanksgiving, you were here with your family, and the girls always want to knit when everyone's here, because we're knitting or doing crafty stuff, and they're like, I want to knit. So Chloe...
I think really it's because Madison was knitting.
No, it's like whenever you guys come here, they always want to.
Which, come to find out, she's been knitting in school.
I heard. And I guess her teachers don't care, right? That's what.
No, they're at first they were like, oh,
that's
but
totally
she actually pays attention and is on the honor roll, so they don't mind too much.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
She's a cool kid. Anyways, Chloe brought her knitting out, and she'd like do at a row here or there, because she can, which she has kind of remembered. She's not like great at it, but whatever. So then Leah was getting all pouty because she didn't know how to knit, and I'm like, dude, I offered to teach you. Actually, I think I did when Chloe.
I think I remembered you taught her.
I think I've taught her like 15 times, but whatever.
But who's counting?
But I'm like, I'm not gonna waste. Not that I don't want to teach my kids how to knit, but I'm not going to waste my time.
But you don't.
I don't. But do you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to sit there and spend like hours upon hours teaching them how to do something that they're not even going to do. Like, you need to commit, and you need to knit every single day. Like, you're either a hardcore knitter or you're not. Just kidding. So anyways, we went out to a movie, and then Lauren, our sister-in-law, was here, and she taught Leah how to knit, and she caught on pretty well. So,
which I think it probably went better because it wasn't you, if that makes sense. Not that it's
no,
your
it's
problem,
totally true.
but like it's Aunt Lauren, and she's like the bomb.
Right. So she was knitting. They were all knitting when we
kids don't
came
say
back.
that these days anymore.
The bomb. No, I guess not. That's more of like a 90s thing, right?
Totally.
Anyways, we came home and they're all knitting.
Yeah.
So then Trubin is all like, I want to knit. And I'm like, oh, like seriously? So I was like, fine, you know what? I'm just going to teach him. So I showed him and he picked it up. Like he actually can knit. And I was like, wow, okay.
Well, that's when I taught Madison the first time. And she did it for like, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and then like stopped. And then she picked it up again when she was about Leah's age.
Okay, so this is his
bracelet.
This is his second one. He already made one, and then I whip stitch it together, and it's his bracelet.
You should make a button and have him do a buttonhole.
Well, he already does. It's not perfect, but it's pretty decent. So the second after he starts knitting, he's like, I need a knitting bag. And I was like, well, we'll see how you do. Like, you got to keep knitting
first.
But like for the first 4 or 5 days after I taught him, he'd pick it up whenever he was around, and he'd do a row or two. So yeah. It's pretty good. Well, and then school started back up, so he hasn't really done it much. But he made me make him a knitting bag, so I was like, okay. I found like the boyish color, so I don't have any bags around that are not fun and girly. Yeah. So I found some fabric that I had around from Fauna had given it to me, but it's got like dog stuff on it.
That's cool.
But yeah, and then there's like dogs on the inside.
That's cool.
But yeah, so I made him a bag, and he's all excited.
Did you make one for Leah and Chloe?
Chloe already had one because I made one for her when she started knitting last year. And then Leah, I had one sitting around that I gave her.
That's cool.
Yeah. Well, that's why he was mad, because I gave one to Leah and he didn't get one. But I was like, it was purple, and she likes purple, so.
Yeah. Did it have ice cream on it?
No.
We saw that fabric, though, that has ice cream on it.
She would love it. But she's not knitting much either. We'll see how it goes. Maybe on Christmas break if they're knitting more. Not that they have to, but.
Well, Bella also has been knitting, and she's been wanting a Dalek sock box for whatever reason, because those are my cubes. Yeah. And I have some for her. Like, I told her I was going to make her some. And at first it was going to be for her birthday, but I never got around to it. And then I told her for Christmas, so I need to put that on my list. I'm going to leave it out so I remember. But, so she's been knitting too, so she needs me to do that. But I've actually been sewing. I have a show coming up on Thursday at the local country club. So I've been trying to make some stuff because it's a little different when you do a show for knitters and crocheters than when you do for everyone else.
We're special.
We are special. But, because, I had, the first time I went, I brought my stuff and nothing happened. So I've been making coffee cozies. This one's my, so I've been making coffee cozies. So I have some that are done. I'm sewing on buttons right now. And, they're reversible. So, here's the reverse side.
Very cool.
So I've just been using up fabric scraps that are too small for too much of anything. And I'm trying to make some boyish ones too. This one just does superheroes. Mm-hmm. And super fabric scraps. This one years ago had this fabric. So I've been doing that, and I did blue in case you couldn't tell. I cut out some gray because that's the next color that I'm working on. So I've been doing that, but I've also been making, this is not really sewing, but I don't know what to do because I'm talking about the same thing. So I have fabric traveler's notebooks that I make that I call Fabdories. So I've been making like stuff to go with them, like
Those are
bookmarks and stuff. So I think I'm going to sell them. I'm going to make some like
packs.
bookmarks like this that are bows, like
Oh, that'd be cute.
bows. So because then you can just place, when I don't have my notebook here. I have one that I made as a special order. I've also been working on special orders. So like when I am writing stuff, I'll put them, let me see. So like to mark the page I'm on, I do that.
Right.
And and other people use it for whatever they want. But I thought like I was making some and I kind of got carried away and I have a bunch. So I was like, oh, I'll just sell them because, I have a bunch.
Yeah.
But I'm going to make some more. And then I'm also making some, I got this, again, this isn't really sewing, but it's kind of like the same thing. But I'm making like those page flags with the scraps of my paper that I make the inserts of. And I think I'm going to make up some extra inserts to sell too.
Okay.
So that because people don't generally know what they're for.
Yeah. No,
and I think if I have extra, so I'm like, you can use it for planning, journaling, menu planning, anything.
Yeah.
Anything. So, anyways, but I've been sewing, like I've been doing special orders and just generally sewing a lot, which is fine, But I need to add that notebook or that project bag for Bella. I told her I'd do that for Christmas. Okay, so we are now on to binging because that's all the sewing that I have to show you. Though I do have to make, okay, we're still on sewing. I'm sorry. Back up. I had another special order that someone requested. They saw the one cats and sweaters fabric, and luckily I could find it again. It's like the funniest fabric. I love it. It cracks me up so bad. But there's like cats, and they're wearing sweaters, and anyone who has a cat knows that doesn't really go over well, but these cats are happy on here. Like that one's smiling.
That's funny.
But anyway, so I had a request to make a bag, so I got some fabric to make a bag. So this is like sitting right in front of me. But I also had a request for some like floral fabric. And the internet connection, the cell reception inside of the store is horrible there. So I was like messaging with this lady and I couldn't do anything. So I ended up getting more than just one of the fabrics. This is the fabric that she ended up wanting, which is really cool. It's like vintagey.
Yeah, that's pretty.
And then, but I also like picked up this one, also vintagey, but with butterflies and stuff. And then I picked up this one. Again, it's like that vintage, but it's like it's like more me style because it's like the bright colors. But, so yeah, so I have some like, I have to make the one, and then I figured I would be using the same color for all three. So I'll, that's how I work. I work the same color over and over again. Like, I'll cut everything in the one color and then sew everything, and then,
it makes sense.
Like an assembly line almost. So yeah, but that's what I've been sewing. So my life, that's why I say like it's kind of nice to get back to just crafting for the house cup, because it's for for pleasure instead of for work. Not that I don't enjoy it, because I really do. Like, I mean, you saw me at Joann's. It took me like how long to pick out fabric. Oh, and I did pick out fabric, more sewing for pajama pants. Mm-hmm. Jessica was with me, but you guys weren't. So I picked out some flannel on the day after Thanksgiving. No, Saturday, maybe Sunday.
Yeah, it wasn't Friday.
But it was still on sale, so it was 50% off. Mm-hmm. So this one's for Bella, pajama pants. I'm going to make a pajama pants and a shirt for her. Not out of the flannel. I'm going to sew an applique on. This one's for Madison. They kind of already know about them, so it's not super surprising. Especially when I asked them to give me a pair of pajama pants to copy. But yeah, so this one I picked for me.
I love that one.
And even though I'm not an orange person, I like this one because it says RAR. Oh, it says raw. There's a roar in here somewhere.
It's cool. I like that.
But yeah, so it's like kind of funny. And then for Andy, I got ties.
It's cute.
So yeah, these are all washed and ironed and just waiting for me to get past Thursday so I can actually sew for myself. But I also, like, if you can see, like, over here, I'm going to turn the camera a little bit. I have a ton of fabric.
Yeah.
And you see down there on the floor, that green one is a Zelda fabric that I just got in yesterday. Hazel Baby on Instagram, she wanted a Zelda thing, and I could never find it, and then she linked it to me. Like Joann's was supposed to be carrying it, and they only have it online. So I ordered the one she wanted, and I also got some, like, hedgehog fabric in, stuff like that. Which is why I'm on gray, because Jessica and I did a trade, and I need to sew her a hedgehog bag.
Oh, that's right. I totally forgot. We did do a trade. I'm excited.
Anyways, okay, back to the plan. Now we're on binging. Are you binging on anything?
Yes. I
totally just stabbed myself with this needle.
Binging on some shows. I'm caught up to Rain, and the Vampire Diaries, and Joe and I started watching Gotham. I still have, like, the originals and iZombie and a few other things to do. But then I started reading a book series, the Lux series. It starts off with Obsidian, and it's about what?
Did you hear my phone texting?
No.
Oh.
It's about aliens, and it's teenager stuff, so I don't know if you would.
Dawn told me about it because when she read it, she told me about it, and it sounded interesting, but it kind of sounded like Roswell, and I really like that TV show, so I probably would like it.
Well, it's, whatever.
But I don't have time to sit down and read right now. Right. So if it's not an audiobook, I don't want to know about it.
It's not at my library, but yeah, I've been reading it on the computer. There's PDFs that you can download, so that's what I do.
That's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for me. Kind of lame.
I have been doing a lot of reading too. So we went to Wisconsin for whatever that thing is called, Thanksgiving. And I had actually conveniently gotten the Stephanie Plum 4 to Score back, because I had to return it before I could finish reading it, because it's like an actual PDF, like a Kindle book. And so I got it back from the library again, just in time to go on that trip. So I finished reading it in like the first couple of hours, and it's an 11-hour drive. So then I was like, oh, well, let's see what else I have. And I just signed up for this thing called BookBub, and it like emails you every day, like free or cheap Kindle books or Apple books you can get, like, for free. I mean, I only get the free ones. I mean, I guess I could pay $1 if I felt like it, but I don't. So I only get the free ones. And so I had a bunch of books on my phone or my Kindle. Like, I had loaded up my tablet the day before we left.
Yeah.
With all these free books. And then, so we're in the car, and I'm like, oh, great, I'm going to get these. And I went, and they weren't downloaded to my Kindle app. Like, they just showed up in the cloud, which really pissed me off. So I took it out on my phone and was reading, like, on my little phone. Like, I mean, I was annoyed. So then when we got to Wisconsin, I downloaded them all onto the Kindle. Or, it's not a Kindle, it's a Kindle app. So I read...
Same difference.
Yeah, I read the Girl's Guide to Witchcraft, which is really funny. It was just like a short, like kind of like a beach read. And then I also read this book called Mind Readers, which was also a teenagery one, but also like a beach read, like super fast read. And then I, because I was in the car, so I was, I knit some, and then I was like just reading. But then I had finished reading as audiobook when I was sewing before we left this First Grave on the Right book. It's a Charlie Davidson, like, it's like a series, kind of like the Stephanie Plum, just like a fun, not serious type of fantasy novel. So it was interesting. And then just yesterday or Tuesday, I finished a book that I had started reading after that called The Girl with All the Gifts. And I got it because I told Audible I didn't want to be a subscriber anymore because, you know, like if you subscribe, they give you they take money out every month.
Right.
And we're trying to save some money. So I had told them I didn't want to. And they're like, well, if you stay, we'll give you this money and you can have another book. So I was like, okay. And so I got this book and then I unsubscribed again. But I mean, I stayed for another month.
Right.
And I had another book to download. So I downloaded The Girl with All the Gifts book. And it was a book like a zombie book, but not like your typical zombie book. It was like really, really good. I enjoyed it. Like I read it and I had to sit there and think about it for a little bit before I could like process like moving on to it. Like it was like that interesting that I haven't picked another book yet to read. So I need to get another book to read.
Before you continue, because I just thought I totally forgot to write down that I read or listened to the parasitology books, which were good and crazy, and it reminded me of the zombie thing, even though they're not zombies.
Well, she wrote those zombie books too.
Right, maybe that's why. But anyways, so that's what triggered it. I forgot to write it down. I read those two.
Those are good. Did you just the first two, right? Because the third one isn't out on audiobook.
Right, the first two, yeah. I did that before Thanksgiving, before you guys got here.
Yeah. Those were creepy. Like, after reading those, I'm like, I'm not eating sushi ever again.
That's funny. No, they were pretty creepy, but not creepy. I don't know. It was interesting. I'll say that for sure. It made me think a lot.
Yeah. And sometimes it's fun to read the fun books and just be entertained, but sometimes it's nice to read, like, the thoughtful books.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so anyways.
They were good. I'm excited. The next one should be coming out soon-ish.
I actually saw it. I can't remember if it was on Goodreads or if they had, like, the book at my library, and I was just like, I don't have time to sit down and read. Like, I just don't.
Yeah.
So I need to wait for the audiobook. So then I thought maybe I'll resubscribe to Audible to get it, but but it's not like you get free ones. Like, you have to wait at least a year before you can get free ones again. So I will have to pay for it, which isn't a problem. Like, I don't mind paying for it, but if they're going to give you a free one, you take it.
Right.
So, anyways.
Sorry to interrupt.
I need to find, just downloaded Eat, Pray, Love from the library. I think that might be the next book I read, because that movie was on TV the other day and I watched half of it and I forgot how much I liked that movie. Okay. So I was like, maybe I'll like that book. So I went. Is that with
Julia Roberts?
Yeah, I went and requested the book, so we'll see if I like it.
I can't remember the movie.
Anyways.
I get the gist of it, but I don't remember it, but whatever. That's cool.
Back to binging. So I've actually had time to watch TV. Like, I brought my computer into the room and I set it up most in the same position that it's in now, and I play Netflix. So I've been binging on, I finished Supernatural, the 10th season. I finished Vampire Diaries, and the first 3 or 4 are not available online. Like, I can't even watch them for this season. I need to go look them up because I am mad. Now I know why everyone was mad at Nina Dobrev, or however you say her name, for leaving the show, because I was mad.
Is she gone for good?
Well, that's why they did what they did at the end of the season.
Okay, I was going to say, it was a pretty big whatever, and the show's different without her.
Yeah, because I was watching it, I was like, what the heck? But, I mean, the whole show was about her.
I know, she's
so, like, for her to leave and then them to continue, I understand. At first, I thought when they did that, they were going to do, like, a fringe thing and jump ahead, like, 5 or 10 years.
They do a little bit. Like, the new season, I won't, like, give anything away, but they, like...
Well, I read up the synopsis.
They jump back and forth. I think it's 3 years. But it doesn't have her in it.
Yeah, because she left the show. And so did Tyler.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. But He's
He
appeared
hasn't
on.
really been on it anyways.
He's appeared on the originals a couple times.
Well, anyways, so
Sorry.
watching the last one, I was like, why are they doing this thing? Why are they putting her in a coffin like Snow White? And then I remembered that people were like, is Supernatural going to continue? Or not Supernatural, is Vampire Diaries going to continue? And blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, so I like looked it up and I was like, oh, that makes sense now. But I mean, it was an interesting turn of events, but I was like, at first, when they first watched it, before I remembered that, I was like, oh, that'll be cool. They're just going to jump ahead and they're going to get rid of everyone except for the vampires. And then I was like, that doesn't make sense because there's more non-vampires than there are vampires, you know?
Not really. Most of them are vampires. There's some witches.
Yeah, like they would all be gone then.
I guess.
But that's what I thought they were going to do at first, but they didn't. So, anyways, I finished watching that. I have to find the first 3 episodes so I can like get current. I keep forgetting I have cable. Like I'm paying for cable. I need to watch current shows. I need to get current with it.
Look for it online. You'll
I
find
will.
it somewhere.
And then I just finished iZombie yesterday.
I love that show.
I know, and I was like texting you. I'm like, oh, that was so funny. Like I was like laughing.
I
like,
haven't seen this whole season.
No, it's the old season. The only one that's on Netflix. I'm not current on that either. I need to get current because I have cable now.
You do.
But yeah, so now I'm currently watching the originals, the old season. Like I'm not even current. Like I don't have DVR. We just have your basic cable. And I started watching Zoo, which is very interesting. And
I watched 2 episodes of that, I believe.
Watch another one. It gets better.
I just got sidetracked on other things.
And I also have been watching Miss Franny's Murder Mysteries. It's like it's on TV. I mean, it's on Netflix. It's like she's like this like modern woman living in like the 30s or 40s, 30s during Prohibition. That was in the 30s, right? Anyway, they're in Australia or Canada or something. Anyways, but she's like this modern woman. Like she's like super fancy, but I just love watching it because their hats are amazing. They just have great hats.
They just have great hats. Okay.
And like the cool clothes. Like it is the 30s. So it's like flappers and it's just so much fun. And it's like a murder mystery, like but modern. It's pretty cool. So I've been watching those. But that's all that I'm binging on.
That's all. We just spoke for like a half an hour on that alone. I'm just kidding. That's funny.
Okay, so random randomness.
I ordered Jamberry. Okay, so you were here, and actually, you let me try out the True Shine. This was 2 weeks ago, I think. Today or tomorrow, I forget.
No. Yes, it was 2 weeks ago today.
So they're totally grown out, but like usually by this time, my tips are kind of. I mean, they're not like horrible, but they're worn down because I use them for stuff. But like, I put the True Shine over the wraps, and which is like a gel thing, and you heat it with a lamp and whatever.
It's definitely a gel system.
It's totally freaking awesome. That's all I gotta say. So
I
ordered it. I'm excited.
I've had those same ones on till Tuesday, and then a friend of mine's having a baby, and she wanted me to come over and help her do her nails before she had the baby. Mm-hmm. And I sat there the whole night, and I was like, should I take them off, or should I put on new one, or just leave them on? And I was going to leave them on, but I ended up taking them off. I'm
really impressed. Like
I wanted to see how long they would last.
2 full weeks. And like I said, they're
mine were the same. So I re-put these ones on.
Oh, I love this one.
And I put the True Shine over these as well. So I'm going to see if they'll last through Christmas. That's 2.5 or 3 weeks away.
Okay, so I ordered when Jamberry had, I think it was the Tuesday.
Black Friday?
Yeah, well, it was the Black Friday weekend.
Giving Tuesday.
I waited for Tuesday so I could get these ones for free.
Oh, yeah, those are cool.
But I also had a crap ton of 50% off coupons, so everything I got was all 50% off.
I know. I was amazed when your order came through. I was like, wow, that should have been way more, but they were all your...
I saved like over 100 and something.
You did. You saved like $120.
It was crazy. Anyways, so I got the girls. They've been wanting another set. So Leah wanted the camo. And Chloe, these are like little alphabet ones and
Yeah.
polka dots.
I'm surprised she didn't want the jewelry box ones.
I don't know. They circled
They
like
were
almost
sparkly.
every single one, and I was like, no, you need to
Like
pick
this
like
whole section.
one.
I would like that.
Because if I order one, I want you to be happy with it. So then I ordered the candy cane looking like ones. Why did they switch to white?
Oh, it's so you can see the different patterns against a neutral background instead of purple.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is the first time I got that, but yeah, so I ordered I forget what they're called. Candy cane lane.
Yeah.
I think they're super cute, and I'm putting them on next. And then I got these ones because
Friday flannel.
They're flannelly, and they remind me of pajama pants, and I think they'd be a cozy winter nail wear. Anyways, so that's what I got, and I'm excited. I was actually debating on doing them today or not. I probably should.
Forgot to leave you with some of the gel remover because the kit. Oh, you got the kit.
I got
so
the
there's some in there. You can also use like what I do is I do like 2 nails and then I just re-wet them with the lacquer and wrap remover and use them because I'm thrifty, obviously.
Yeah.
But because you put a wrap down first, the lacquer and wrap remover will remove the gel as well because it's not really on your nail, so it'll be good. But yeah, like at first I didn't like the gel thing because I was like, the wraps last me 2 weeks, but like you said, the tips do get worn down, so and I always have more trouble with the metallics and stuff.
I had one fall off, but it was because my nail like actually like chipped and broke, and then it like cracked the seal, so it came off. But no, for the most part, they're faring a lot better than they would because this is like exactly 2 weeks. Usually, on the last few days, you're like,
I'll just take it off.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was my alarm to go let the kids in. But I texted them to make sure they had their key.
Okay, so that was that. When you were here, we talked about a trade. I got this awesome, cool, full of dog hair now, box bag.
Yeah, and she's going to get a mini box bag out of this fabric. It's in the works and on my sewing machine.
So it has it reminds me of candy canes, even though it's with Walking Dead, but whatever. So that's the inside fabric, and it is housing my Mara shawl. Actually, this is an 8-ounce thing of yarn.
Wow.
Like it's 2 braids of fiber that I spun. Anyway, so it's a nice big bag and sturdy, and I like it. So that's that. So we traded, and she got Rolex, and I got that. And
yeah, these are the Rolex that I got. Okay. They are Northern Lights. I like them. I got 2. Okay. But before we came, because we haven't podcasted in about 2.5 weeks, maybe 3.
Sorry. We've been having issues though with stupid Skype and stuff.
Yeah. Before we came, I made soap for the teacher gifts,
and they looked yummy.
They're still drying, but I actually took one and I've been washing myself with it. Like, I've been using it. And it's really nice. I made their peppermint mocha, and it smells really nice. Then, right before we came, luckily I'd had a good week because our frickin' Keurig broke. Just like that, it up and died. Which it's been like 5 years or whatever, so I don't hate it too much, but it broke. And that is a big problem. So luckily, we knew it was kind of going because it was like making less and less coffee, if that makes sense. Out of a cup, it would only make like half a cup.
That's weird.
So we had been saving a little bit money, and we were thinking of just putting one on layaway and hoping it would last, but it just like up and quit. So we went and got a Ninja coffee bar, and I love it. I love it a lot. And you don't have to use pods or anything.
Well, that's cool.
And you can, sorry, I can't sew and talk at the same time. And you can make a carafe, half a carafe, a travel mug, and then a mug.
That's pretty cool.
And it just uses a filter, which I actually have a gold tone filter as a cone that I use with it. And the way it makes the coffee, it just tastes better than traditional drip coffee. I don't know what it does, but it just tastes better. And that's not me saying that. I think because it like gets it wet and then it waits a minute or so and then it brews it. So I don't know what it does, but it works. So yeah. So then we had Thanksgiving. I traded with Jessica. I got new fabric. I already told you. I have like a whole list of things I'm talking about. I got the flannel. Talked about that. Oh, so then we get back and Abby's like shaking her head. And I'm like, what the heck is wrong with you? So her ear is like swollen. Like swollen. And I was like, well, she didn't fight with Draco or anything. Yeah. So it's nothing like that. And so we took her to the vet, and it ends up it's common, whatever is going on, it happens to a lot of dogs. I guess the vessels in their ears are just super sensitive, and they sometimes, if they hit them off something, it'll break, and then their ear will fill up because it's just a thin membrane with vessels and cartilage in it, you know? So anyways, so we took her and they gave us steroids. So we put eardrops in and then we give her some pills. And we had to use our Christmas money for that. Aww. So I was kind of mad because I had saved some money from the last show to buy Christmas presents. Luckily, I already bought the girls' presents. Yeah. So it was just Andy and mine's and like Santa presents, which isn't a problem, you know, because we can make do. It's not a big deal. But, you know, like when you have kids, you want them to have a good Christmas. And we don't go overboard. We set a limit of spending money. So, you know, I've just been annoyed like that happened, because then right after that, we were like, oh, we need new brakes on our car, which we bought at the beginning of the year, not the van that we bought. And we took it in, and there was like a spring or whatever was coming through. Besides needing new brakes and rotors, this spring was coming through. They're like, did you notice it leaned to the right? And we're like, yeah, it's been like that since we got it. So since we've got it, this spring has been working its way out. And to do it, they have to like replace them both and then do a front end alignment and all of that stuff. For like $1,400. And I'm like, nice. We can't afford that, right? I like called Andy. I was like, you need to talk to him because I have no idea. And I am so upset right now. You know, like Christmas time, of course it would happen. And I'm like, we don't have $1,400
right
to spend. So yeah. So then the guy's like, that's okay, you can just leave it here. He's like, actually, you have to leave it here because it's not drivable. Like, you shouldn't be driving it at all. Because we were like, can we come get it and just put it in our driveway? He's like, no, you cannot drive it because it's that dangerous. Like, who knows what would have happened because it... Anyways. Yeah, so, car. I was so annoyed. But I showed you my new fabric. Do you see this nice black shelf? This was what our... TV was on before, and we had all of our TV stuff in there. Okay. But we had like a flat TV thing in the basement, and I was like really, like, since we put the Christmas tree up, I needed to bring the other one up because this just took up too much room. So I brought the other one up and we rearranged, and I was like, you could just throw it away. I'm sick of seeing it. Because I've been in a real mood lately. And Andy's like, are you sure? I was like, well, I guess I could use it for my fabric. So then we brought it in here and I put it in my fabric. So
that's cool.
Yeah. But then I did my mani on Tuesday, which was nice. I really needed a girls' night. I love
those ones.
So this is the purple and silver crisscross, which it's more pink than purple to me.
Yeah.
And then this is last year's. It's called Feeling Festive is the name.
I have that one.
And so wearing them together, I was like, that's perfect. It's not super Christmassy, but it's wintry.
It is.
And I was thinking of going with fractal because it's like blue and white and something. But then I was like, I was just not in the mood to be Christmassy because I just have not been in a very good mood. But yeah. so I did a new mani, and I was excited because my style box came in. And I periscoped this, but I'm going to show it on the podcast too, because it's just awesome. So Stylebox is a thing you subscribe to, and then you get a package once monthly from Jamberry, and you can pick what you want. And it always comes with an orange stick and a file. But it comes with like 2 exclusive wraps, or an exclusive wrap and an exclusive color, or sometimes there's previews. So this month I decided to stay with the feminine because I did feminine last month. Because I was looking at the other ones and I didn't really like both wraps in the other ones. So this one is the one I really wanted. It's like this purple print. It's really cool. And then this one, I kind of like it. It's kind of like the salamander, but it's purple and it's a luster. So you can't really see, but it's sparkly.
That's cool.
And it just kind of looks like I don't know what the print is, but so that's what I got, and I was really excited. And I had really debated putting these on instead of what I put on, but I ended up putting those on. But I really like this, so
cool.
Yeah, so that kind of made me a little bit happier. But I've just been not feeling Christmas at all, like super cranky. Like they were decorating the tree, and I didn't even do anything. I was just like, whatever.
We don't even have a tree yet.
No, and then Andy, I was like, if you guys want, here's the lights for outside, because I don't decorate outside because it's hard to make it look nice and to do it the way our house is set up, and it's just not worth my time. And the girls were like, okay, so Andy was doing it, but he was like draping it, and I was like, you need to do it along the lines, and he got mad at me and like went up into our room for like the whole rest of the day. Like he was so pissed at me, and he was like, you have to be so Grinchy. I'm like, yeah, you talking about me being like Grinch makes me even madder. I was like in such a mood. And so then the girls took down that, because I was like, if it doesn't look good, then don't do it. Like if you're gonna do it, it needs to look good. I'm like, I'm not going to do it, but if you're going to do it, it better look good. And so then Madison went out there and they used the icicle lights, and it looks really cute. So, but I've been in such a pissy mood. It's not even funny. Like, not even. And I feel bad, but at the same time, I'm just like,
it happens.
Bleh. But I think a lot of it is just like, I'm so annoyed that everything is breaking right now. It's just crazy. So, yeah. But also, I sold a couple of things. I just shipped them out this morning, and I have a few things that I have to upload that I'm going to sell. So it looks like we will get Christmas presents after all.
That's good.
So
I did a big, huge, I forgot to say this, I did a big, huge update around Black Friday-ish. Not for Black Friday, but whatever. So I have a lot of Rolex in the shop. I need to start making them again and start doing it on a regular basis, though.
Yeah, you do. And she only did that update because I made her.
She totally made me. But I have, like, it's the fullest my shop has ever been.
It's nice when it's full.
Ever. And actually, I found that I have one more bin of stuff.
Oh, there you go.
That I can do. But I'm not going to right now.
But yeah, so I have this show on Thursday, and then I think I have a few more things that I would take pictures of to update before I start sewing for my next round of shows, which in February I have another indie knit and spin.
Okay.
And then it's like new. Like normally they do it in November, and then this time they're doing it in February as well.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it should be nice. It's one of my favorite shows to do because it's a lot of fun, and it's close, and it's a lot of like indie knit and spin. So it's like all knitting and crochet and spinning people, like independent dyers, independent independent button makers. There's a soap lady. It's really cool. But and then in March and April I have other shows too.
Oh, have you guys seen my sweater?
Yes, it's awesome.
It says Feliz Navidad. I think it's adorable, and my mother-in-law got it for me.
I want to get one.
It's super cute. I forgot, I ordered this.
Oh, cool. From Michelle?
Yeah. Crafty Flutterby, butterfly,
Yeah.
flutterby, whatever.
Flutterby.
Super cute.
Michelle's Assortment is her Etsy store.
Yes, I don't have the stuff with me, but yeah,
She is super nice.
but cute little pin, shell pin. I'm excited about it. It's pretty and somewhat not plain, but I mean it'll go with anything. I think.
Yeah.
Neutral.
She stayed at my house for the Indie Knit and Spin in November, so she's really nice. But we traded the last show we had together because we do a lot of shows because she lives in not far from here. But she doesn't live in Pennsylvania. But she lives not far from here, so a lot of the shows that I do, she does because she lives in the general area, you know?
Right.
So she's really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so I got that.
And I really like her things. I have another plain one like that, but it's like pearlized.
Okay.
The bead is like a pearly, and I thought it would be cool. And it has like green and purple in it, but also like a silvery tone, so I can wear it with like other stuff. Because I wanted to get one like that, so I can like wear with like the big cowls, like that cowl you made. I can just pin it on there. Okay. Like it doesn't have to hold anything; just pin it on there, so it looks really cute.
Yeah.
And she actually. Michelle gifted me a few of patterns, and I have some hand spun that I want to knit like cowls out of. Like they were cowls or scarves, maybe a shawl. I forget. I have to go look. But I wanted to use hand spun, and I was like talking to her. I was like, I need to get some of, because we traded. She got a bag, and I got the pin. I was like, I need something plain so I can just wear it as like an accent on the cowls and stuff. But yeah, she's like one of the nicest people. So yeah, we're just talking right now, aren't we?
Totally. Are we done?
Yeah. So it's been a long one, and we're sorry that it took us so long. I think we both were kind of like in funks and
totally.
But we promised to be back. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I applied to be a middle snake.
Ooh.
Because I realized this last term, not doing anything, I don't do anything, if that makes sense. Like,
I was a horrible person, and they probably hate me.
Oh, I doubt it. It just, like, I found if I'm not, like, required to chat in wherever, I don't. If that makes sense.
I hear you.
And I feel bad, like, not doing that. So they were asking for middle snakes, and I was like, I don't know what that does, but I'll do it.
That's cool.
So.
Awesome.
But yeah, with that, we'll say goodbye and talk to you next
week.
2 weeks.
Around Christmas-ish?
Yeah.
All right. Bye. Bye.